welcome to LSB Feasters Radio Channel and Travel Corner, where our mission in life is keeping great radio from the past alive. And today, we're going to Dallas, where there was a huge name in radio there named Gordon McClendon. If you know anything about the history of Top 40 radio, you know the name Gordon McClendon. McClendon was the owner of 1190 KLIF in Dallas, and he is considered the man who perfected the Top 40 radio format. In 1954, the days of network radio were fading away, and local stations were starting to produce more of their own programming. And McClendon introduced Top 40 to KLIF in 54 as a result of all those changes. And KLIF enjoyed ratings dominance in Dallas through the 1950s, the 1960s, into the 1970s. At one point, KLIF had more than 50% of all the radios in Dallas tuned to their radio station. Station had a tight playlist, exciting promotions and contests, and bigger-than-life DJs. Names like Jimmy Rabbit, Paxton Mills, Michael O'Shea, Rod Roddy, Cousin Lenny, Brent Miller, John London, Randy Roberts, Russ Knight, Jim O'Brien, Chuck Dunaway, Ken Knox, George Michael, Dino Day, Gary Mack, Jay Lawrence, Gary Owens, and the voice heard on this air check, the one and only Charlie Van Dyke. Van Dyke's radio resume reads like a who's who of radio stations across the country. He spent time at CKLW Detroit, KFRC San Francisco, WLS Chicago, KRTH and KHJ Los Angeles, WRKO Boston, WDGY Minneapolis. Charlie was very young when his career started. In fact, when he landed his first major market gig at KLIF, he was 19 years old. And you can tell at this age he's destined for radio greatness, and I guess TV voiceover greatness as well. I got to thank Robert Nicholson for getting this air check to me. If you like what you hear, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel too, and after you do, smack that bell. And when you do, you'll be notified every time we post a brand new air check, which is normally weekdays at 3 p.m. Maybe 4 p.m. if I'm running late. Okay, let's go back with Charlie Van Dyke at KLIF 1190 Dallas.
Write tax, Post Office Box 66, Radio City Station, New York, New York, 10019.
Beginning Monday, KLIF brings back the golden years, the music and the events that changed our lives over the last 15 years. This is one that changed mine. James Taylor on Cliff. KLIF for 6 minutes till 5, Charlie Van Dyke in the afternoon. Dick Siegel called down and asked me to play a song for the dancer that he had a date with last night. And this is the closest I can come. It's called Music Box Dancer. They don't have one called a Topless Go-Go Dancer who smokes a cigar and has a tattoo in an embarrassing part of her body. 1190 KLIF and Charlie Van Dyke. Gee whiz, since this is the last day, I have to miss the KLIF broom hockey game tomorrow night. Wish I had time to tell you about that, but I just don't. KLIF and Gloria Gaynor, That Will Survive. Cliff is 1190 KLIF Dallas. It's 5 o'clock. I'm Charlie Van Dyke. Bill Grady's in the Cliff News Center. As we go round and round on the, well, let's see, second to last newscast here, Bill.
Second to last newscast.
Well, I thought maybe if you didn't mind,
Incredible how we figured that out, isn't it?
It does work backwards, doesn't it? Yeah. I thought I'd take part of your news time, if it would be all right, to list some of the things I'm going to really miss about this job.
Okay, let me just...
You have 7 seconds?
Yeah, let me just throw away this. I don't need that story.
No, that's okay.
That one's okay.
As soon as I think of
Okay, I've got the weather ready. Go ahead, Charlie.
No, as soon as I think of a few things, I'll interrupt you again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, recently, the Department of Transportation proposed doing away with most of the major Amtrak routes in Texas.
Temperatures no higher than the 30s. This is meteorologist Evan Myers with another exclusive AccuWeather report on 1190 KLIF.
Now, 29 degrees at DFW Airport, 28 degrees downtown at KLIF.
1180 KLIF. Like that line, here I am feeling everything but sorry. Dolly. It's 10 after 5, Charlie Van Dyke in the afternoon. Dick Siegel is up in the KLIF helicopter. I don't know what I'm going to do to find a friend like Siegel in Boston, because it's always nice to have a big, rough, tough guy hanging around you when you're a little skinny, kind of scrawny guy, you know what I mean? Siegel's idea of a good time is to go downtown on Saturday night and eat a mailbox, and I always kind of admired your toughness.
Or a female, but at Boston...
Boy, was I embarrassed when I took you to the guys' poker game, though. That was terrible.
Why, Charlie?
Oh, Siegel thought a royal flush was the Buckingham Palace toilet, and I was just embarrassed to have him around.
I did check up on Boston for you, Charlie.
What'd you find out?
It is a community where there is no place to go where you shouldn't be, so you're going to have a very dull time over there.
Well, terrific.
Hey, I have a female passenger aboard.
You do?
Say hello there.
Hello, Charlie.
Hi, who's this?
This is Babs Boombaw's little sister, Baby Babs.
Baby Babs.
Yeah, and she was, I thought it was nice of you to take us and Babs to lunch. Did you notice, though, when I asked Babs to pass the plate, she said upper or lower? I don't know if you caught that or not.
No.
Traffic-wise now, northbound Stemmons, a right lane, Fort Worth, eastbound I-30 by Highway 287, the left lane, a major accident. Bostonians have a different way of exercising, Charlie.
What's that?
They take a deep breath of air and then cough.
No.
Dick Siegel in the KLIF helicopter.
No, that's not true. They're a very sophisticated bunch of people, Siegel.
They are?
Yeah, their idea of roughing it is walking barefoot through shag carpeting. It's a different way of life. Call you back. 12 minutes after 5. Here's a Cliff Note. If you need help with an unwanted pregnancy, call Dick Siegel and ask for home delivery. No, wait, that's not the wrong message. If you need help with an unwanted pregnancy, call the Dallas Women's Center. Experienced counselors can help you. It's 691-0452 for personal help and a free pregnancy test. 691-0452.
The golden years. Relive the events, the memories, and the music from another time of your life. Listen and remember. Monday, 6 p.m. on KLIF.
1190 KLIF from Barry Manilow with Charlie Van Dyke, 16 minutes after 5 as we slip away here in the final program. I do wish you happiness. And, of course, happiness to me, hate to get sloppy, happiness to me is speeding by a police car that's pulled over on the corner with a flat tire. That's what happiness is to me.
Dreamer.
1190 KLIF, Anne Murray. Fall Love Again. One of Canada's finest exports. It's 19 after 5 with Charlie Van Dyke. Dick Siegel, helicopter traffic coming up. We have a sponsor today. What's going wrong? Overseas Motors brings you this report.
Overseas Motors of Dallas, 7010 Lemon Avenue. Jaguars, MGs, Rolls-Royce.
KLIF for 19 after 5. Dick Siegel's up in the KLIF helicopter. Richard?
Yes, sir.
I want to take this moment to thank you for taking me out to lunch today for that
Well, it's my pleasure,
fabulous place. Have you always been so cheap?
Well, I try. I don't make the bucks you make, Charlie.
It was a little embarrassing. Folks, well, there we were at this kind of sleazy place anyway, and the waiter came over, and he had his thumb on my steak.
Yes.
And I pointed that out, and the guy said he just didn't want it to fall on the floor again, and I thought that was really kind of tacky.
You notice how when I said put it on my credit card, the steak fit, didn't you?
That certainly did.
Hey, I found out what the biggest expense is when you move.
I give up.
Taking the wife. So don't forget that, Charlie. Southbound Dallas North Tollway, just north of Loop 12.
Don't they pack those? No, they don't pack them.
No, they won't. Well, they pack them, but it's they pack them loosely.
Oh, okay.
You know, by the way, I asked for a raise, Charlie. Now that you're gone, we can get the bucks together, right?
I would imagine.
And but I had to get the raise. The family found out you're supposed to eat 3 meals a day, so I'm kind of stuck there. Southbound Dallas North Tollway, just north of Loop 12, DPS working radar up on the right shoulder, so keep that in mind. The northbound side's clear and moving well once north of Loop 12. Southbound Stemmons on ramp to south.